Once home to an impressive aesthetic, Danville Mall has been gutted of nearly all of its character. How bad did Hall Property Group do? Let's step inside and find out. Originally known as Piedmont Mall, Danville Mall opened in 1984 with anchors JCPenney, Hills, Leggett, and Globemans. Despite facing indirect competition from nearby Eden Mall, the now demolished Liberty Fair Mall, and even the long-gone Carolina Circle Mall, Danville Mall was able to establish its presence with moderate success into the late 2000s. In the 90s, Globemans would close, being taken over by Belk as an auxiliary store, while they'd acquire Leggett. Sears would also come to the mall in the 90s. Meanwhile, Hills would become Ames before being closed in 2001, ahead of the Chapter 7 bankruptcy. This was addressed in 2005, though, when the space was heavily renovated into Virginia's first Boscov's, which lasted for a whole 3 years before corporate realized the people of Virginia are not ready to Boscov. In 2012, the mall was beginning to struggle and was purchased by Hall Property Group when the previous owners filed for bankruptcy. Hall announced major renovations for the mall, which would have gutted the mall completely of planters, a 30-foot geyser fountain, and many earth and wood tombs. The end product is this hallway we are walking around in today. Unfortunately, the mall continued to decline and has recently lost Sears. The auxiliary Belk store has closed, and in Boscov's place is a Dunham Sports. Before we start with my personal commentary, I would like to mention that this was recorded on a Sunday in the midst of some residual from Hurricane Florence. Not sure if it was Sunday or the bad weather, but a lot of the stores were closed that day. But the mall itself was open. If Mercer Mall was the breezeway of a discount store, then Danville Mall is the hallway of a doctor's office. In fact, this mall looks even duller than a doctor's office. You could almost use this mall as a backdrop for a live-action Madness Combat movie, given how dull it looks. This isn't a mall anymore, it's a hallway. And the pictures on the wall, while an attempt is made to try and give customers something to look at, it just doesn't mean much to the average customer. Anyone looking to learn history about Danville, Virginia is not at the mall. They're at the city library or scrubbing through the internet. Okay, I can't hate on the mall too hard. There's a Pretzel Stand. And you know what? It's pretty good. So there is that. There's also a pizza place, which is pretty good. Better than Sbarro's. But beyond that, I'm fairly certain these two places will be able to find new homes elsewhere when the mall begins to tank, if it hasn't already. I am not sold on Hall Property Group's ability to revitalize struggling malls. It's bad enough that most of their acquired malls are this dull beige or brown hallway, but it's even worse when you notice that many of their malls hover around 50% occupancy, some dropping to as low as 10% or flat out abandoned. They've preached about Wilson Mall being redeveloped, but a bunch of explorers were there a couple months ago, showing nothing has changed. There's also the Ponce de Leon Mall in Florida, which is also abandoned, and Hall also owns, and nothing's been done there. There's also the Columbia Mall in Tennessee, as well as the Fairground Square Mall in Pennsylvania. Hall just seems to leave a trail of broken, dead malls wherever they go.
Nah, I've already got one.
Okay, getting back to Danville Mall. While yes, it still retains Belk, JCPenney, and Dunham Sports, it has recently lost Sears. No surprise there. But also, the main corridor has more walls than storefronts. in spots where storefronts used to be, and they put up these huge colorful placards to try and distract you from the fact that the store is empty. I suppose while this mall is still in, I guess, okay shape, Hull has just not proven to me that they can keep them all afloat. So believe it or not, I did come back to the mall, but I spent even less time inside and didn't even want to record anything inside. But I did meet another fan of dead malls here, and he opted to fly his drone around over the parking lot. So check the comments for a link to his video of flying over the store. Well, I haven't much else to say about this mall. Hull screwed it up, and I don't like it. The only pluses I can really give this mall is that it's clean, fairly maintained, and there are still places to eat here. But then again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you like this mall better than I do. And by all means, go ahead and challenge my stance on this mall. Until then, I'm going to be on my way out of Danville, if I can find my way out of this town. If you enjoyed the video, toss me a like, a comment, maybe even a share if you think others will like it. Also, a note for subscribers, current and to be. YouTube is not being very creator friendly at this time. Hit the bell if you want to see more stuff from me, but nowadays, that doesn't seem to be enough. With the way YouTube is acting, you may have to check my channel at least once a week to see if I've uploaded or if you missed something. That's just the way things seem to be going now. I have no control over it. But, on the upside, if you want to keep in touch with me, do keep an eye out for the Dead Malls Discord, which is organized by Sal of the Expedition Log series. Along with him, we have a lot more names you may recognize. Come pop in if you'd like to chat with us. Until next time, this is Doomie Grunt, wishing you and the Danville Mall farewell.